Hi, I'm Cheryl Rowling, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. Thank you for joining me today. Don't worry about sizes or supplies for this card as they are attached to this video. If you enjoy watching this video, could you please like and share as this helps me grow my channel? And if you could leave a comment, that would be wonderful, as I love to see where you're watching from or what you think of the card. If you aren't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and hit notifications so you will know when I post a new video. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you out. My contact information is attached. This is the card we're going to be doing today. Isn't it pretty? I love blues. And blue on blue on blue with white in there is something I really like. I used the countryside corners and the, what are they called? Countryside corners dies and the bottled happiness. These are the dies, only I have the rest here that I've already cut out, but I will show you what I did to do that. And I use the Timeworn Type. On this one I didn't, and I find it a little plain around here, so I just decided I would do it for this one with the Timeworn Type, but I couldn't fix that. Couldn't change it after I put everything together, because this is a shaker card. Isn't that cool? All those beads in there, and this has got Winkostella on it, and it's got the butterflies on it, the brass butterflies. So I think I've got everybody covered, and I use Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy as my inks. So I'm going to, let me see, yes. I am going to be doing this to show you, and I'm going to turn my, sorry about the noise, but I'm turning my heat gun on so that it's ready and it doesn't take much time when I'm done stamping this. This is my embossing buddy, and you go over it and it takes away anything that might be static to keep the to make the embossing powder want to stick. So, and I keep it in my bag at all times. And I keep it with my embossing accessory tools. You get tweezers, the brush, the embossing buddy, and this tool. And it has a opening here, so when you put the embossing powder in there, you just dump it into your container, and then you brush it all out with this. Pretty cool. It's a nice set. Okay, get this ready. Now I'm going to ink this up with my Versamark. At first I didn't know if I wanted this stamp set. I wanted the dies, definitely. I love the dies, but I didn't know if I wanted the stamp set, because it's one stamp, and like that's a lot of detail in that, and how was I going to use it? Well, then I started exploring and I bought it because it is so cool. I absolutely love what you can do with this bundle. Bring this back in, take that out. This is just white embossing powder. Stampin' Up, you get it in a little bottle, but I use white embossing powder a lot, and I don't want it to have to put it into a little bottle every time. I just figure it's easier if I do it from here. And put it back into my bigger container. And I will finish doing that later. But for right now, I have my heat tool going. Need my lid. And put my embossing buddy with that, and then grab my heat tool, and you aim away from yourself, and you don't be going like this. Takes forever, but if you slowly aim it down, the heat deflects off the paper so that it will start turning it. And you don't have to worry about burnt paper, because the heat, you're not like this. Can't do that. But if you go sideways, it just deflects off the paper, and you get it turning faster, curing. And then you can see it cure as I go along. And you just give it one final go over. And I think it's done. Now I turn off my heat tool and we have quiet. Now what I have done is I have one prepared so that I don't have to do this on camera. But what I did is I lined up my dies best I could, and then I decided, okay, where is it gonna go? It's that's pretty well, not quite equal, not bad. And then I put this my glasses have fallen down on my face. And I think there, and then it was all together and stuck together, but I guess I manhandled it too much. So, and then I put this on just to help me carry it to my big shot. And then I ran it through. So that's done. This is what I got. Now I'm not going to use these two for this card. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to put it on here and see how I've got it lined up. Now what I'm going to do is, you do not have to do this, but I'm trying to get it where I want it to be. I should have cut that a little bit more, but I'm going to put it right about there. So now I'm going to close this up, and I probably will have to cut this down, but that's okay. Yeah, see, I have to cut it down a little bit, but that's okay. You just take your scissors and you bring them in and you cut straight across. But it gives me an idea where I want it to do this punch. See, it's in there. So it's pretty well where I want it. And now I have a bottle. I can, on this one, I put it in the center. You don't have to do that. You can do that. It's just totally up to you. But I can take the bottle, this, and stamp it off and then stamp it on there. And or I could do a different color. Totally up to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this here and try to line it up, and then I'm going to cut my corners off. There. Now I'm just going to, this shouldn't have been as wide as it is. I must have miscut how wide it needed to be. I thought I had my this cut, and then I couldn't find it, so then I went into my scrap bin and pulled it out, and I thought was it, but apparently it wasn't. So now, where are they? Right here. I have these plastic bottles that have glue on both sides, and I have my embossing buddy that will help. So I will take that off, and I will stick it in there. It fits perfectly, and then I'm going to go around the edge just to make sure that it's down, because I don't want any of my embellishments from here going out. So I am going to line this up best I can, and there we go. It is. And then I'm just going to take my glue and do a little bead all the way around this edge. And I'm going to line that one up first. Whoopsie. Oh, that's backward. I'm putting it on the wrong side. That's why it's not working. Silly me. just like that. And then I'm going around, and I've got glue all over because, yeah, I did it on the wrong side. See, the glue's all the way around there. So that's okay. It's not a big deal because I have to glue that eventually. Now, I have all kinds of beads, so I'm just using what I have in stock. You can, this is effervescent beads, but they've been retired for quite a few years now. 2 years maybe, I don't know, but there's so many of them that it's hard to use them up, so I figured I am going to use them up. And then last year, well, just a few months ago, I bought these, which are, there was green, pink, and blue. So I have all of these sequins, and I wanted to put a little bit of color in here. So there I go. Wait a minute. Did I? No, I did not. Okay, what will I do? What you're supposed to do before you put the beads in, let me just put it in the lid here. It's not coming off. There we go. Let's put these in here. They will stick where there's glue. And the embossing buddy, go around there because this has static electricity. And if you use your embossing buddy, that takes the static out. There we go. Put that. Just a little bit of color. Now, I am going to take this off. Get that. There. Whoa. Now, put my glue. This card is a little bit of work, but oh my goodness, in real life, it is really pretty. Now I am going to bring in this I did with the Timeworn Type, and I'm just going to try to get it. There's one more there. Actually, if I do this and line it up, and try to do it as good as I can. And now I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to go underneath. I didn't do it well. I did it over too far. There, hopefully I have done a better job. Yes, I have. Much better job. Now I'm going to push around here because that will seal in my shaker. Now you can put less than I have in there. You can put less if you want. But I kind of like that once I get the flowers on up here, it's got like half a bottle or whatever. I'm going to have to get my glue eraser. And hopefully that's good enough to take it all off. Oops, nope, right there. Glue eraser's worth its weight in gold. Honestly, this thing is awesome. Yeah, there we go. That's wonderful. So now I'm just going to attach this. Aren't these blues pretty? I think they're just gorgeous. Of course, I do love blue. Put that, and don't forget to use your embossing buddy just for the inside, because as you can see, nothing is sticking. There we go. So now I did 2 of these. One is going to be lifted with 2 dimensionals at the back, if that makes sense to you. What I'm going to do is put a dimensional down, then I take off the backing and I put another dimensional on top, so it's stacked too high. So I'm going to go around and put these on, and if I take your pick tool, I seem to have broken every nail lately. It's crazy how easy it has been to break all my nails. Of course, I've been canning a little bit, and hands in water makes a difference. But it's very frustrating because I don't have nails to do anything with. So now I'm putting this around here because this is lifted up. This is what I would classify as a hand deliver card. Give it to, when you give them a gift or something like that, you give them this, because otherwise it's going to take extra postage. So, isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to, while I'm think about it, I'm going to Wink Stella the flowers, because if I wait, because I've already thought about it, I might forget. So now I'm going to show you how I came up with this. Put those aside, put that aside. Now I have Boho Blue. Put that aside so I don't get that in. And I'm stamping the whole thing in Boho Blue. And then I'm going to stamp off. And now I'm going to put this aside, and I'm bringing out my Night of Navy and my Night of Navy sponge dauber, and I'm doing the hyacinths, the snowballs, and leaving the flowers as is. And then I'm going to put it on this, stamp it on this paper. Doesn't matter size or anything because it will be cut out. Now I'm going to get out my Misty Moonlight, and it is going to be, the whole thing will be stamped with Misty Moonlight. And now I'm bringing out my Night of Navy again, and I'm doing the center flowers, the center of the flowers. And it just makes it a little bit darker. Now I line up this with that and the one down here. And I cannot see because that is shining on it. I'm trying not to get my head in the way. And if it doesn't match up, oh well, it's just cardstock and I can throw it away. Yeah, it's not perfectly, but I don't need this one. When you can put your head right over top of it, you'll do a much better job. And I have an extra one. So I'm bringing this back. And what I'm going to do is cut out so because this is from right there, I don't want it there. So I'm going to put it down here. See that? And I'm going to take my tweezers and my small bottle of glue, and I'm going to do a second layer as if there was more flowers in the background. Now I have this, and because it's down here, I'm now going to put it up here. I hope that makes sense to you, because you don't want to back it with the exact same thing. And when you move it around, it changes it. And I always make these curves because you don't want them pointed. And then just cut the extra off. Okay, so okay, that's where I want it. And then I just check and see where the it is, and then I just cut it out like that, so that it slips in around. See? If you put your dimensionals right at the inside so it doesn't interfere, it's a lot easier for you. Yeah, that goes nicely there. And now this one is going to go down here. And I've used all the outside, so the only part is the very center that I didn't use. Oops, I forgot to cut out the center. I thought I had it, but apparently there. That's better. Now, there we go. Now, wasn't that easy? And I've done the Winkostella, so I'm good there. I need my Simply Elegant trim. It's, I'm getting low. Good thing I got another one, right? It's crazy. So I'm just tying a bow. Pull that, pull that. Pull that. And when it's about the same size, sorry about that. Camera just shut off. No more storage space. Just frustrating. But anyways, I stopped and I was just doing the bow, and I leave it attached. You don't have to, but I just find leaving it attached, I use less when I'm doing it. And then I just make the bow, and then I pull it till I get it small, and then I pull it a little bit more so it's tight, and then I try to get these two even, and when they're about the same size, then I cut it off and I put it down here. And then I cut them to the proper length. Like this one is too long for right now, for right here. So I would cut about an inch off there, and then I would cut an inch off there too. And I put it on with a glue dot. I twirled the glue knot with my pokey tool into a ball. I just rolled it up and got it into a ball, and then I put it down there, and then I put the bow on top and I pushed it down, make sure that it was into the glue dot, and there it is. Then I did my brushed brass butterflies. Put the large one there and the 2 small ones there. And then what I did is here's the card that I was doing. That's my sample. So I stamped the outline of the bottle, and then I stamped off for the bottle and stamped it on there. It was done. I did the same for the envelope. And then I had these flowers left from the inside. Now for my other card, I didn't have them. So when I saw that I had them, I just trimmed around, make sure that every edge was smooth and neat and tidy. And then I just glued it down on top. It was hanging over a little bit, but that doesn't matter because I have another layer underneath that it's just hanging over on. Then I did the Wink of Stella on there too, because I'd done it at the front. And that was it. And I'm so sorry that you didn't get to see that, but at least it was the easy parts and there was nothing difficult about that. As long as you can tie a bow for your like bunny tail or bunny ears or something like that, it's pretty easy. And then just glue it on. No big deal. It's just pretty straightforward after that. And you've seen me do the stamp off, stamp it with the outline and stamp off, so no big deal. So what do you think of my cards? I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this card, there's no design on it, embossing folder. And on this one, it's the Timeworn Type embossing folder. And let me know which one you like the best. I personally like this one because it gives another dimension to the layers, but not everybody likes that, so this plain one would be fine for you. So let me know which one you like the best, and yeah, I would love to hear what you think. So thank you so much for being here, taking time out of your day. It's very special to me that you would spend the time, some time of your day with me, because life is short. It seems to be getting shorter every day. It's crazy how fast the day goes. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life. And if you could like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. Those things help me grow my channel, and I would be so appreciative to grow my channel. I'm just a little peon basically in the world of YouTube world, so helping me grow the channel would be just wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Bye now.